In this video, we're going to talk about the Deviant snaps and the brutal massacre that happened in the Spawn universe. Alrighty then, this is a comic book review of Rat City, issue number 10, brought to you by RatedComics. Let's get to it. So previously in Rat City, the Deviant tears through PTS forces only to be stopped by the one person that he trusts, which is Quinlan, which is Quinlan Wally. So going back to this title, the Deviant is this Hellspawn suit that kicks in the future of the Spawn universe. Now I like to call it Spawn 2099, but that's just me. That's just my personal preference. But why did it snap? What is it doing? What is it going on over here? We kind of get little tidbits of information, but we're not getting the full story breakdown. We know who PTS is. They want to analyze these veterans in the future when they pass away and they die and give them some mechanical parts to enhance them for their own benefit. But now we take on where the story where in Rat City issue number 9 after Peter Quinlan, did I say Peter Quinlan? I meant Peter K. Yarns and his new Deviant Hellspawn uniform or suit goes off on PTS forces. Now they're in Fort Leonia, New Jersey. It's official, they're now fugitives, and now Peter K. Yarn is doing some things because, yeah, it's not just dumb luck that they got out alive, but now they have to change their appearance because they are fugitives and on the run. So we get the split panel right here of Peter K. Yarn and his younger self as he transforms into his current self, talking to himself in the mirror like, what is he doing? You know, what are we doing? Is this the man we grew up to be? Sure, we done some bad stuff, some really bad stuff, but do you really want to let go of all this power, Peter? Yo, I think Peter's going crazy right now. So Rat City, before we get a little revisiting of what happened in Rat City issue number 9 from the perspective of Quinlan Wally. It's been 4 days since the massacre that was caused by the Deviant. Peter swears he doesn't remember what happened, but Quinlan Wally does. And this is from the perspective of Quinlan. So Peter, overtaken by the symbiote, picks up with using his chains this PTS guy, and the PTS guy's like, yo man, please don't kill me, I have a family. And it seems like the Deviant's gonna do that because the Deviant, the symbiote, the K7 Letha takes full control of his host. So Quinlan's like, you wouldn't believe how much blood there was. I did the only thing I thought I could do to stop the bleeding. And he uses an EMP force right there, the EMP blast, and which disables the suit and reverts back to Peter K. Yarn's human form. So Quinlan's like, oh my god, Peter, you good? And then Peter's like, Quinlan, what happened? What did you do to me? Why am I like this? I'm kind of out of it right now. And he's like, my legs, they don't work. And Quinlan's like, I'm sorry, I didn't think that far ahead. I just thought you used the EMP blast to get the suit up, but I didn't think your legs would be out of it. Keep in mind, in the beginning issues, Peter K. Yarn's legs are all mechanical because he lost them in the war. So Quinlan's like, I had to stop you from killing those people. And Peter's like, I don't remember none of this. I don't remember me doing all this. But if he remembers the suit, I wonder if he remembers something. That's just me. So Quinlan's like, it doesn't matter. The nanite should reboot any second now. So Peter's like, is the suit gone? I don't know, says Quinlan, but we better be getting on the run right now because we are officially fugitives. But it did matter, and it still does. So Quinlan lied to Peter, just has to say something to soothe Peter to get up out of there. Quinlan did what he could to get Peter's MODs off the radar, but PTS has tech, even that Quinlan doesn't know about. Now keep in mind, I keep calling Quinlan a he, it could be a she, but Quinlan and the character bio doesn't refer to Quinlan himself or herself as binary. It's just a non-binary character. So yeah, we're just gonna go with that. So on the news, the anchor lady is like, Quinlan Wally and Lieutenant Peter K. Yarn are still wanted in the murders over a dozen PTS security forces. Not to mention the untimely death of Commander Owen Rees, which is Peter K. Yarn's friend and Quinlan's lover. So using Rees for publicity is disgusting, but nothing draws sympathy from the public like a fallen hero. So when Quinlan sees the news, Quinlan realizes that, yo, he's got to get up out of there. But he runs into a lady and causes her to stumble everything that she has in her possession. So Quinlan's like apologizing profusely, I'm so sorry. And this lady named Kizzy's like, it's okay, but thanks for being such a gentleman to help me pick up my stuff. And it's all good, sorry for the mess. But in the meantime, Quinlan uses his phone, you see right there in that panel, to check her credentials, to steal her credentials, because you know you can't buy stuff on your own when you're a fugitive. You got to use other people's credit or other people's credentials. So Fizzy's like, I'm glad you're okay. Hey, you want to know something crazy? That guy Peter on the news, I knew him from school. And Quinlan's like, okay, but why are you telling me this? I don't know, you feel like someone I can trust, or maybe you feel like a little bit of plot convenience right there. But since you knew him since high school, says Quinlan, I mean, have you seen him since high school? Nope, but I'll never forget him, says Fizzy. So she tells him, take it easy, saved by Quinlan. Good news is that Lee didn't recognize me, says Quinlan. Bad news is she could still recognize Peter, so they got to go. But in Peter's defense, he's shaving his head, so maybe that might help. So Quinlan goes and gets some materials and gets up out of the store, and Quinlan's like, I hope Peter finishes up in that man's restroom because we gotta get up out of here and run. So Quinlan knocks in the man's restroom and tells Peter, are you done in there? We got a bell. So these two digital technological henchmen pull up and they're like, yeah, we gotta gas up before we hit up Rat City, right? Yeah, that's the plan. And why are you carrying that antique around? So they have an old antique gun that they plan on using because, yeah, they do believe in the Second Amendment, but they got work to do. So let's just hope that it works when it counts, even though it is antique. We're gonna find him and we're gonna kill that cue ball because cue ball is gonna be one dead some bitch right there. So now we know they're gonna plan on killing Quinlan, all right, per PTS orders. And yes, I use the title, The Deviant Snaps, to kind of build a little bit intrigue with this issue right here because personally, Rat City issue number 10 is more like a filler issue, build up, they're on the run, but there's something else at play. And what is that something else? Well, we're gonna go into this flashback outside of Zurich, Switzerland many years ago. A mother and son are in the stands watching this ceremony take place, this Catholic or whatever you want to call it ceremony. So these kids go up on stage and this priest is like, okay, just follow the directions. It's all right, Victor. Just go stand with the others. So the priest tells the crowd, welcome all. We are all blessed to have families from all across the world joining us for this joyous occasion. We are gathered here on the feast day of our patron, Saint Philip Kron. Saint Philip showed us the light through his faith and was henceforth known as the Curse, a Spawn villain from the Spawn comics. And the Curse is kind of radical, took out his own eyes because he felt that he was doing the will of God, trying to fight Spawn and use, or I think he wanted to take Spawn's symbiote powers for himself too, but he wanted to do it in the name of God. So this brother, when he has that kind of conviction and that kind of belief, he can be dangerous, and I believe he was dangerous. So they are there to honor the sacrifices of Saint Philip, and now they will read a passage from the Gospel of the Curse, and we see this sewn together looking Bible right there. But that is also a callback from when Spawn had his head damaged by the batarang from Batman. That kind of looks like a callback right there when he had his face stitched in half like that with shoelaces or whatnot. But in this split panel right there, they read from the Gospel of the Curse. Those without faith have nothing to live for, and Victor has to drink this communion juice or whatnot, and those suffering will never know peace, and those who seek redemption must travel the road, the hard road, and those who wish to heal will be put to the fire. So all these kids have to drink this communion juice. We see the Gospel of the Curse right there in present time in front of the chairman. I believe that's what he's called, the chairman right there, which who I thought was Jason went into the future. That was just me. Maybe that could still be at play, but we're getting a little bit of who the chairman is in Rat City. So all these kids collapse and go down. The parents in the stands are like, what are we doing? What is going on here? And one distraught parent goes up to the stage like, I need to see my baby girl. And this guy is like, have faith, brother, have faith. And then current Victor's like, please, all of you, your strength and conviction is what will save the worthy. And Victor wakes up and coughs. And the priest tells him, stand up. We have found the chosen one. Stand up and rejoice. And these parents are crying because their kids didn't make it through the sacrificial communion. But this brother and the mother are like, be proud of your brother, Steven. He's gonna save the world. So what's next for Victor? Well, his transformation is almost complete, but not quite done yet, because just like the Curse, he has to get his eyes removed. This is the will of our Lord, Victor. You will lead us to eternity. Say it, Victor. In pain and with his eyes no longer there, I will lead all of you to eternity. That is just crazy right there, but it is what it is when they go through extremes. You can't take that villain lightly. Even without eyes, says Victor, I can see because of the Savior. The Curse allows me to. I am Victor Nikkei, am the chosen one, and this is my gospel. Only when I fulfill my destiny will, I will be granted peace. All the money in the world won't make it so. I know that now. The deviant must be killed by my hands, not through others. Only then will I truly satisfy the honor that has bestowed to me. But I cannot do that here. I must transcend. He takes the gun, puts it to his head, and yeah, that happens for his transcendence. I don't know how this is going to play out, but this is intriguing right there. Even though in the previous issue, the deviant Spawn in the future just goes crazy and just massacres PTS, but this is a build-up for something that might lead into more massacre and more brutality. We will see how this this plays out. But what you guys think of the comic book of Rat City issue number 10? Comment below, let me know. And also don't forget to check out RatedComics.com for some really cool limited print Rated Comics exclusives to add to your comic book collection. Support the art, support the industry. With all that being said, thank you again for watching. Until the next upload.